Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dinar Update. Before we get into today's report, let me grab your attention right away because the first few seconds matter. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that something you've been holding on to for years is finally entering real institutional movement. Not rumor, not forum talk, not social media hype, but structured, behind-the-scenes financial preparation by global organizations. That's exactly what we're discussing today. And I promise you, I'm going to explain this in simple, natural language, like we're sitting together having tea, not in robotic finance talk, not in over-dramatic hype, just clear, understandable explanation of what's happening, what it means, and what you should realistically expect. So take a breath, settle in, and let's walk through this carefully. Today's topic centers around the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong and recent institutional-level system movements associated with global financial organizations, including processes linked to the World Bank framework. Now, I want to be very clear from the beginning. This is not an announcement of an exchange rate. This is not a guaranteed revaluation date. This is not secret insider confirmation. What we are talking about is technical and procedural financial system alignment, the type of groundwork that always happens before any legitimate currency transition or international exchange access becomes possible. That distinction matters because real financial change never starts with public fireworks. It starts quietly, in structured preparation rooms, in banking software updates, in compliance protocols, in interbank coordination. That's where we are right now. Many of you watching have held dinar or dong for a long time. Some of you bought small amounts years ago. Some invested larger sums. Some stayed quietly hopeful. Some became frustrated by years of exaggerated online claims. I understand that, truly. So when we talk today about global institutional preparation activity, I'm not here to sell fantasy. I'm here to explain where real-world finance is actually moving. Let's break this down in plain language. When global financial organizations begin coordinated system alignment, it means banking transaction platforms are being updated, cross-border settlement networks are being tested, compliance frameworks are synchronized, exchange infrastructure is reviewed, international reporting systems are adjusted. These are the invisible mechanics that must be in place before any public currency process can safely operate. No government, no central bank, no international exchange network will ever allow public currency activity without these steps being completed first. So when we see signals of this type of institutional preparation, it means the subject is active inside real financial channels. Not YouTube speculation, not private chat groups, not rumor networks. Actual system work. Now, let's talk about what this means for Iraqi dinar holders. For years, online spaces have been full of unrealistic promises. Tomorrow, next week, secret exchange windows, hidden rates. Most of that was noise, but the real story has always been slower and quieter. Iraq modernizing its banking systems, updating compliance frameworks, integrating with international financial messaging systems, aligning anti-money laundering protocols, synchronizing with global settlement standards. Those are the unglamorous but necessary steps of legitimate financial reintegration. When global institutions assist or coordinate these frameworks, it means the financial plumbing is being made compatible with international exchange environments. That's what real progress looks like. Not sudden explosions, not overnight miracles, but step-by-step system readiness. Now let's discuss Vietnamese Dong. Vietnam has also been modernizing its banking infrastructure, international trade settlement networks, and compliance alignment with global financial institutions. When international frameworks support these processes, it means Vietnamese banking channels become more globally interoperable. Again, not instant rate change, not guaranteed profit, but infrastructure readiness. Both currencies are in long-term financial modernization cycles. The presence of global institutional coordination means those cycles are active, not abandoned. Let's pause for a moment and talk about emotion, because this topic creates a lot of it. Hope, excitement, frustration, skepticism. All normal. If you've waited for years, any sign of movement feels powerful, but real strength comes from balanced expectation. Here's the truth. Progress exists, timelines are unknown, rates are not announced, systems are preparing. Both hope and realism can exist together, and that's the healthiest mindset. Now, practical advice. If you are holding these currencies, your job is simple. Stay informed, stay calm, stay prepared. Preparation means keep your notes secure, keep personal identification ready, understand your financial goals, avoid emotional decisions, and ignore fake urgency online. When legitimate public instructions appear, if and when they do, the people who planned ahead will move smoothly. The ones chasing hype will struggle. Preparation is power. Now, let's address a common question. Does institutional preparation guarantee revaluation? The honest answer, no guarantee. Financial systems prepare for many possibilities: modernization, international trade integration, currency policy flexibility, banking access expansion. But preparation is still meaningful, because without preparation, nothing can happen. With preparation, multiple future options remain open. That's the realistic professional way to view this. Now let's discuss timing. Global financial changes move through policy design, system testing, compliance verification, government coordination, bank approvals, international settlement readiness. This takes time, sometimes months, sometimes longer. There is no overnight switch. So if someone promises you tomorrow, next week, or secret early exchange, you already know that's not how real finance operates. Real progress is slow, technical, and documented, and that's exactly what we're seeing signs of now. Let's talk about why this matters globally. When large institutions coordinate system alignment, other banks take notice. Correspondent banking networks adjust, trade finance channels modernize, international payment rails become compatible. That benefits not just currency holders, but global commerce itself. So yes, this topic is bigger than just speculation. It's part of real financial modernization processes. Now, I want to speak directly to those who have stayed in this space for years. You've watched endless fake headlines. You've seen people promise impossible timelines. You've seen channels chasing clicks instead of facts. What's different now is that legitimate institutional system activity exists. Quiet, technical, measurable. That's what deserves attention, not fantasy, not fear, not manipulation. This is why I always say, no hype, no panic, no blind belief. Just watch the real system signals. Now, let's talk about mindset again. Financial opportunity, if it ever arrives, rewards discipline, not desperation. The people who benefit are the ones who stayed patient, stayed realistic, stayed prepared, stayed emotionally stable, not the ones chasing every rumor. That's the mindset that builds long-term success in any financial environment. Now, before we close, I want to mention something important. Information online spreads fast, both true and false. Always verify through official banking statements, government releases, and reputable financial reporting. Never act based on anonymous screenshots, private groups, or secret insider contacts. If something is real, it will eventually appear in legitimate public financial channels. That's how regulated finance works. For those who like following aggregated discussion and opinions, you can search dinaropinions.com on Google. It collects various commentary streams in one place. But always remember, commentary is not confirmation. Official sources remain the final authority. So let's summarize today calmly. Institutional system alignment activity exists. Banking infrastructure modernization is ongoing. Global frameworks are coordinating preparation. No public rates announced. No confirmed exchange dates. Real progress is technical and quiet. Preparation is your responsibility. That's the truthful, grounded picture. Ladies and gentlemen, that's where we stand today. Not in fantasy, not in hopelessness, but in structured, real-world financial preparation. We'll continue tracking legitimate developments and explaining them in clear, simple language, without exaggeration and without false promises. Now, before we wrap today's update, I want to slow down for a moment and talk honestly with you, because news like this can stir a lot of emotion. Some of you are excited.